This is, second one is a viewer submission here. So this is blue, yellow, serpent / enchantments. This is a rainbows end deck. We've got 13 enchantments in here. So let's just go ahead and dive in and see how the deck's got serpents in it. It's playing Ollama ring to power up all your minions. It's got a couple of singing stones to power up your minions when they're inside of enchantment. Some beimeni falls like the card we just lost to with our last aggro deck. It's very possible some of the details in here want to get cleaned up. Like there's a lot of random one-ofs in here that are just like not cards that are legendary. So like in general, you tend to want to play more copies of your good cards. Like why is there one thunderclap, one clay effigy, one misanthropia, etc.? So I'm going to play a game or two to start to kind of try and get a feel for what the deck is trying to accomplish before I kind of make some changes. But I do think there's probably a number of those rares that we're only playing one copy of that it's a mistake to just not be playing the maximum number of allowed copies. Yeah, there's a bunch of cards in this deck that are just like one-ofs that just like are good cards that should be playing the max copies of. I think there were like 2 mazes as well. And in general, just, you know, play more copies of your good cards is good. Good TCG advice. The Valk that gets 1/1 whenever an opponent plays a minion worth considering. Seems like Demolition Speedway giving that overrun. So like the problem is like there are so many good cards that are expensive. It's like what are we cutting for her? Like I feel like that deck already struggles to have too much already struggles with having a little bit too much top end. And I feel like if I was going to do something to add more top end to that deck, I would probably want to make it I'd probably want to add top end in the form of something like parry at the gates that generates some real card advantage. Bulk working maze is kind of sweet. Just like turns this into a divination for 2 basically. Opponent actually looks to be playing a variation of the deck that we just got done playing, only with the Rainbows End package that I tried to cut off of. Wow, that card's real good. Give a minion +2, +1, and demise. Return this to your hand. Well, let's draw a card. I'm going to burn a yellow card here. I think we're going to go ahead and coin and Goliath's Web here in the middle. Creates a 1/3, and then any minion in this lane gets deadly. This Goliath's Web in conjunction with Scourge of Serpent seems really sweet. Alpha Strike plus Deadly is a really good combination. Vengeful Heirloom seems super playable. Kind of a Rancor style card. And just give some endless bonuses. Yeah, the opponent is playing blue-orange aggro. I guess in a way, this is kind of like a less efficient... It's kind of like a less efficient enchantment, so maybe it's not actually very good. You create a zealot, including this one, give all your zealots 1 attack till end of turn. Interesting. Maybe there's like a little bit more all in on making this card work. So my health total is a little bit low. I think I'm going to go ahead and just deploy mourningwives over here. This does let them trade these if they put the vengeful heirloom on it, but I think that's fine. If the board's mostly clear and I'm at 15, I think I'm ahead. Their hand's pretty low on cards, so gives me a chance to really start leveraging my card advantage.
Glory eternal.
I don't think that worked out the way they were thinking. They probably were like, oh, I'm going to play a minion, so this will get bigger. But when they play a minion, my mourningwives get bigger as well. Their power lets them trade it off, sure. If I wait on this, it could potentially draw me more cards down the line, so it's probably worth waiting there. Oh. This with our hero powers, with this enchantment's actually pretty sweet. I think I'm going to go ahead and burn the demolition speedway here and play Thane out over this way. Then we can slide the giant stairway underneath this next turn, or maybe play Ollama ring. Yeah, Goliath web with our Creata. Cobblejack is pretty great.
What's all the fuss?
6/6 overrun focus. So this can go here. Let's draw with this to start, see what we get. Sapo's pretty good. I'm just gonna go ahead and Zolea and blight this. This has an activated ability where it gains energy and gives something blight 1. So this is gonna get -1/-1 smaller every turn. I want to burn here. Maelstrom doesn't seem particularly good. Let's get smaller at the start of their turn. The blight ones do not stack, so you can give something blight 1 multiple times, but different instances of blight don't stack up. So like if you give a minion blight 1, blight 2, and blight 3, it only gets -3/-3 each turn. The highest instance of blight is the one that matters. So this is going to slowly get smaller, but honestly, it might not be getting smaller fast enough. I'm at 12 here,
Reporting.
which is pretty low.
Do we have a mission?
Alright, so I think we just drop Magnus here. Kill their stuff.
Yes. Brilliant.
I'm going to give this Blight again, even though it doesn't really accomplish anything, because I want to gain the extra energy on this. I think this is going to be the most cards I've ever drawn with a Maze. Maze plus Bulwark was pretty sweet here. Looking at this deck that we're playing, I kind of feel like Rainbow's End is a little bit out of place. Fully heal your minions and gain 4 life, sure.
Steady.
Let's draw with this and see where we go. Twins. Twinsies. Let's put Sapo over here.
I hunger.
Continue blighting that. Game feels pretty over at this point, but it's just out of resources. They're not going to get to punch through here. We got 2 really good minions in play and a stack full of cards in our hand. I don't think I've ever gotten a brand in this game. Couple of chonky hits there. The old super sapo on the stairway. Got the bonus from Zolea. The big warded boy.
What's all the fuss?
Can you feel it? Even if they have, like, a Geddon Angel here. These are warded. Alright, well, we survived the aggro deck nicely there. Oh, we're gonna complete that one real quick. This deck's got a lot of chunky lads in it. A lot of rather large minions. Alright, let's take a peek at what enchantments we're playing really quick here. Maelstrom feels like a weird one. Not playing Junkyard Valhalla seems like a miss in my deck full of chunky things. Sidecar's a neat one. Sidecar specifically seems real good alongside twins. Yeah, we're on the Misanthropia faction mission. Scourge of Serpents is one that I'm not sure, and I guess Scourge of Serpents is good in conjunction with the Goliath's web. Speaking of Misanthropia, I feel like I want an extra copy of that in my deck. I'm gonna trip this orbital jamming satellite. Let's go from there. Evening Djinn. Only one wonder drug. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. The aggro decks, like, aren't super popular or good right now. Yeah, there could be some card availability things. I don't know, based on the number of mythics that are in this deck, I feel like it's pretty unlikely that they didn't have 2 copies of Misanthropia. I feel like based on the number of mythics that were submitted in it, it's probably more likely they just didn't know what to cut rather than they didn't have cards. Because there were a lot of one-ofs, so I feel like they're maybe just like struggling with like what the last few trims were supposed to be, more so than not having appropriate cards. Huh? Like, talk about there not being a lot of aggro. We queue into an infuse, which generally means aggro. Although that's a wonder drug, so probably not. Infused Seasons is odd. Yeah, that's true. Infused plus Seasons is an odd mix. Just don't cut anything. Yep. What was it when we the blue-orange aggro frenzy deck that we've played a bit of on stream? The Rainbow's End one, the original list someone sent me had 42 cards in it. We'd like played a bunch of games. I'm like, all right, now that I've played a bunch, I want to take a look at this. And I was like, oh, we've been playing 42 cards this entire time. Some people just have no respect for the game. Kids these days and their 42 card decks. Serpent's real good against aggro. That's pretty good against Serpent's though. I suppose I just ollama ring, huh? Just drop it like it's hot. $62 card Hoagland talking about 42. Sir, I frequently had less than 15 in my sideboard. Thank you very much. That's not true. I definitely top 8 it opens with 76 and 77 cards. And listen, Jeff in the present can talk about how Jeff in the past was wrong. And he definitely should have cut something. I mean, the argument you could try and make is the percentage that you're getting with... The argument you could try and make is... what's the word that I'm searching for? The argument you could try and make is... Must have had real life come up. The argument you could try and make is that the percentage of a chance of hitting with Rainbow Road is, or Rainbow whatever, is ideal at higher than 40 cards. Like the percentage you're shooting to have. But I think that's a pretty bad take. I'm gonna 100% my collection soon, which is exciting. I've got enough essence for 2 mythics right now, and I think I'm only missing 4 or 5 mythics at this point. So, in general, you want to prioritize burning enchantments, because when you burn a card, it's guaranteed not the top card of your deck. It could be 2 down, right? And if it's 2 down, your Rainbow's End's going to help you out there. Honoric has some decent reasons. Well, the math-based reasons would be percentages around Rainbow's End, and I'm pretty confident those reasons are wrong.
To battle!
I'll burn the other stone for now, I think. Looks like red-orange aggro. Well, they haven't played anything out just yet.
Can you feel it?
Actually, just throwing that one back. There's an 82 card Pauper teaching deck that won the challenge where the win con was natural decking. Sure. Pauper's a miserable format, as that deck implies. Sorry, not sorry. Pauper's kind of miserable. Natural decking was the win condition. Yikes. So this thing will be free when it comes back to my hand. Yeah.
Can you feel it?
Was there the thane back here, actually? And burn the misanthropia, play the ollama ring. Playing out this ring insulates my singing stone from taking extra damage. So whatever your most recently played artifact is, that's the one that takes damage when you get attacked. So by playing the ring out, I go ahead and take some of the heat off of the singing stone.
At last.
Huh. So this is an easy attack down the middle. Then I gotta decide what else I'd like to do here. Could bulwark this to start, I suppose. Okay, and mourningwives means I'm gonna go ahead and burn this and then play this over here.
Is that all you've got?
Then we can demolition speedway under her and get her a big bonus next turn. Potentially end the game.
Reporting.
So every time they play a minion, she gets bigger, which is nice.
Fortune favors us.
Demolition speedway here is gonna just let her not care about their chump blockers, which is great. We hit thunderclap, not quite lethal because I don't have quad blue. Magnus in is real nice.
Yes, yes. Brilliant.
And by real nice, I mean real lethal. So, after seeing how these games are playing out, I kind of feel like I want the third speedway, huh? Card's great. Lets us leverage our aggressive slant a little bit better. I think Ode of Throne is generally a trap. I think Runa Denial, I don't know that this deck's necessarily controlling enough for that. Honestly, after seeing how this deck's kind of playing out, I wonder if Misanthropia is a card I actually want in this deck or not. I'm not sure that it is. Like, we're frequently getting on the board and playing to the board. Maybe it's just good enough to keep in because we're aggressive enough. Or like when we don't want this effect, we can just burn it away is probably the case. Scourge of Serpents has been a little bit awkward. More Clay Effigy actually sounds great. Clay Effigy alongside both Demolition Speedway and Giant Stairway is quite good. Yeah, I could see Wonder Drug being unnecessary. Like, Beimeni Falls provides a similar effect, and it works with Rainbow Road. Or Rainbow's End. If I want, like, one more enchantment, we could put another Stairway in. I could also play a Sea Haven. Probably just the third Stairway. The card's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know about Horn. Like, slowly getting more max copies of cards in our deck, which is good. Bring it around to something that's a little bit more tuned. We go first. I guess the awkward part about doing this is it means I can't play speedway on 2. That's probably fine. If I play speedway on 2, I can't serpent send on 3. Yeah, more enchantments definitely tends to be ideal. Sidecar plus serpent and actually pretty sweet too, because it lets you like move them off ASAP, which is nice.
To battle!
Redrawing that, super awkward. Alright, so definitely want to burn a yellow card. Probably ring. Could be Zolea. Yay, freebies. Is this a good one to burn next turn? Play Bragi out over here, so it blocks cleanly. Junkyard Valhalla. Doesn't sound particularly useful in keeping extra enchantments in our deck. Makes our path more potent. Have a good one, Cody. Probably just want to play Zoel out. Say, hey, blight you, hit you, go. Stairway is pretty sweet. Crunch into that. Ollama ring. Need to go ahead and throw away this misanthropy that we really don't need. Gonna slide the snake off of here. Not gonna bump this in here because this is currently blighted. Yeah, Reconstruct's been a little hit or miss. It is nice to have extra things to fill in. I don't know. The Reconstruct alongside Demolition, Speedway, and Giant Stairway is really interesting. In fact, one thing that actually might be worth testing is in the blue-orange aggro deck, it might be worth testing Reconstruct there, just because of how good it is alongside... Because of how good it is alongside. Alright, what do I want to do? I think I'm burning this ring. And then this can give something frenzy. So this is an easy hit here, I think. So I could play my twin out and then frenzy my twin, so it's good to go next turn. I feel like that's probably the line.
Muere.
Duerme.
Then I can go ahead and crunch this in here and slide this over. Maybe I should have even wait to put this on here and then given the one on the staircase frenzy. It feels like we're in a pretty good spot regardless here. Yeah, reconstruct alongside stairway and speedway both seem good. There's their misanthropia. Okay. So still gonna have pretty okay attacks even after they wipe me out here. So these things get smaller, but I get to go play a ring and then play speedway here, which means this gets to go ahead and get in for 8 here. So if I would have put this here and had given this frenzy, I would have gotten in for an extra 2 points of damage, which is kind of a big deal. I don't really need beimeni falls here, huh? So these all have blight 3, so all 3 of these are going to die next turn. Yeah, Bragi was on the stairs, but I killed Bragi by attacking with him last turn, so I could have killed Bragi and then deployed this afterwards. Remember, you can sequence your attacks and your playing of cards in any order you want in this game. That's optimal, which actually leads to a lot of different permutations of your turns. What exactly you want to be doing in a turn often can be quite complicated. Oh, it wouldn't have frenzy. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it wouldn't have frenzy. Okay, so this would still have frenzy, but I would have put this here. Okay, yeah, you're correct. So they're currently in winter. This is going to be, next turn will be a good example of why this is good. So I get to go ahead and sidecar here. And then I get to go ahead and do this here. And this is a 4-2. Like, my hero power made a 4-2. Like, that's kind of disgusting. And I can take this and slide it over. Like, that's kind of great. Bald Mountain, what do you got? Bulwark, Cycle, Misanthropia. So they could pick Cycle back up and cycle off my sidecar. It's probably not a terrible idea. Sidecar's real scary. I assume we're going to see them kill this because they get to eat it for free and it stops me from killing their thing on the Bald Mountain next turn. So I assume we'll see them burn something and then kill the sidecar here so they don't randomly get punked out. Does a little straw card though, which is nice. To eat that without taking damage. I think I'm actually just gonna sapo here. Just like, this makes sapo huge and denies them the ability to get back a misanthropia next turn. This card, if there's a unit on start of the turn on it, they can use it to pick a instant or sorcery back up, action card back up from the bin. They've got Misanthropia and Bulwark in here, so denying them one of those two back sounds great. Merry Christmas, Seth. Yeah, you having Sapo hanging out there like, hey, none shall pass. That's unfortunate. And they yanned him. Gross. Alright, so let's move this over so that way the snake doesn't share the Yana. And then let's play mourningwives out here.
Is that all?
And reconstruct that there. Play one of these. Then none of these can attack, so we pass. So they're gonna get to Misanthropia me next turn off of this picking it back up. But even then we're gonna get to chunk them for a bunch, right? Yeah, this card's very playable. This is like a good unit. So I'll get to Ollama Ring plus put Demolition Speedway under her. Lethal is ambitious. I don't think that's accurate, but it's gonna be pretty close. Oh, I could have put Speedway under Sapo. Was Speedway under Sapo lethal? I could have put Speedway under Sapo and Stairway under here. Yeah, if I would have put Speedway under Sapo, this would have hit them for 7. Yeah, I missed lethal. If I put Speedway here and Stairway here, they would have died. Because this would be +1 and this would be 7. So we'd actually have them exactly dead. Well, that's kind of a tilt. Speedway Sapo is also great. Well, Mezzo's blighted, so I don't have to attack him.
To battle!
Gosh, they'd have been super dead if I'd have played this right. I think we're still probably okay.
To battle!
This deck actually seems kind of sweet. There's a lot of good, yeah, decks carrying us for sure. I'm kind of into this. Feels very mid-rangey. Yeah, just like the 6/4 power activation. Like that's really pretty strong. Serpent's dead. Pumping out giant monsters every turn as well. Again, gonna prioritize on burning off the enchantments, even though they don't go on top, they could go a couple down, so generate some card advantage that way.
To battle!
Hero power here is also good with the Goliath's web, because making the 1/1 deadly lets it trade up, which is nice.
Let's do this.
Sidecar with web, also good. Yep. Yeah, the pair of sidecars have felt reasonable. Blue purple on the other side. 4-drop are we coining out?
Is that
Lives,
all
yep.
you've got?
Huh? Just gonna go ahead and play webs out over here. See if we can get this trade. Yeah, maybe Niv. I don't know. Like, I'm also chunking them for decent points of damage here. So, like, if they spend a card answering this, then we'll probably just, like, burn Ring Misanthropia next turn after taking a bit of a chunk. We'll see what they do here. Deal. God, ring here is a total blowout, huh? Even singing stone's just a blowout. Like, just making this bigger lets him eat this, right? Because this will be there should be 4 thanes in this deck, huh? Like, not close should be 4 thanes in this deck. Yeah, thane plus power-ups is real good. Specifically, toughness power-ups. Next turn we can Serpent Sten plus Thane, and the Serpent Sten's gonna be pumping out 3/3s, which is great. Thane, depending on where it goes, will be a 4/5. They burned a sidecar. It's a little scary.
Hey, oil!
Makes sense. Okay, with that deployment, I think I just do this.
Yes.
And like, again, like, our opponent's already down to 10 here. So like, next turn, sidecar plus Thane is like, actually threatening. Blue, purple doesn't have any sweepers. Gobble gobble. That's just gross. That's just not okay. Oh, Thane with power-ups is really good. Thane's just like, don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street lights, people. Alright, I would like a 4th copy of this card. Is Junkyard Valhalla the cut? Let's take a peek at our enchantments again. Feel like this isn't really what I'm interested in doing. Maybe it's fine to just have a little bit of grind in the deck, though. It might just be fine for having a little bit of grind. I think the Misanthropias are actually just not supposed to be in the deck. I think that's actually just the cut. What if I play... Can I play Tangleskein? This card isn't completely embarrassing. And it, like, makes your Goliath spiders bigger. I do like me some chunky, yeah, give me more enchantments, too. How do we feel about Zolea? I guess she's fine, because her 2 energy gives us aggression. And having something to give aggressive is good. Yeah, Zolea board controls and lets us beat down, so it's probably a good combination. 1/5 is a good buff target. Yeah, that's accurate, too. Sure, let's do this. Let's just cut the Misanthropias and play again. Yeah, I'm into what this one is doing. The aggressive element of this mid-range deck has really surprised me. I definitely wasn't expecting this to have the closing power that it feels like it has. Yeah, the deck name, definitely gonna label this blue-yellow enchantments on the YouTubes when it gets uploaded. We'll play one, maybe two more. We'll see. If we have a quick one, we'll get two more. Have we got another 20 minutes in me or so? Definitely don't need two bulwarks. Wait and see what they're doing. Might burn the Beimeni Falls. Alright, not burning Beimeni Falls. Got it? Get it? Get it? Got it. Good. Aggro. So we'll deploy Thane here next turn, gain some life, put Clay Effigy out somewhere. Our aggro matchup might be okay, we'll see. Serpent, and Goliath Web are good. Thane and Bulwark also good. Yeah, and I mean, I've got Thunderclap and Magnus. Misanthropia is the better clear for like the... Misanthropia is like a good clear for, say, what's the word I'm searching for? Misanthropia is a good clear for like the mid-range matchups. Definitely want to keep Zolea here. I don't know that I need Goliath's Web. This is always a huge feel bad when you like cycle the effigy and draw an enchantment and then your Rainbow's End fail to hit. So you're like, well, my effigy kinda drew a card, but like I was gonna get that card draw anyway. So it's like, did I really draw a card? Demolition Speedway, sign me up. Trying to get away from the snakes here. So, since they slid that down, I think I'm going to go ahead and hit them for... I'm going to slide this over. I'm going to slide this over. I'm going to burn... I'm going to burn the bulwark. And I'm going to go Zolea here, gain 2, blight this. Snakes used to have, I did hear the snakes used to have rush. Now you gotta sidecar them. You gotta work a little bit. Put in a little effort at least. So next turn we can speedway plus ollama ring, plus perhaps give something 3 attack with this, depending on how aggressive we want to be. Probably not that aggressive, just because they're at 32. It also depends on like what they deploy to the board though. Life in the fast lane. Occupying minion has rush and is sacrificed if moved. Yep.
Let's feed.
Smash.
That's really good. So I have a ring. So next turn I can go sidecar here, put a thing here, kill this, because this will be a 4-2. The problem is my sidecar is likely to die next turn though, but I think that's still ideal. Yeah, reconstruct's been kind of absurd. If I put sidecar to the far left, yeah, that's actually a good suggestion. Yeah, I should have put sidecar in 1. I was focused on the 2 life, but the 2 life doesn't really matter here, right? Like, keeping sidecar alive is way more valuable than the 2 life. It also, putting sidecar here is worse against magmatar. Yeah, I super deserve that. Yep, I deserve that.
Duerme.
Muere.
Here's hoping, Percy. My snake friends might do it anyways. They're on winter, so these trade here. If I would have had sidecar, would I have killed them last turn? If sidecar had been here, this would crunch in and then play this here and crunch in and trample over and over. Not quite dead, but close. Fastlane is interesting. Their deck's going up bigger. If they have Magmatar here, we could be in trouble, because Magmatar would hit here and clean my snakes out. The 3 extra attack from Zolea has been super relevant here. It's dealt, what, 9 damage on this lane? They burned Stairway to Hades. Okay. Sure. Oh, sidecar. Why are you so busted? So I put this here. And then go this here. And then hit this. If this does 1, they die. So then this. Yeah. That was good clean living. Halfway there. Live in on a prayer. That's actually pretty sick. We I think the initial assessment of there being a lot of kind of quirky one-ofs of cards that we could play more than one of was correct. I feel like we're playing. Are we playing maximum copies of every card in the deck right now? We're only playing 2 Maze, and we're only playing 2 Beimeni Falls. I think that, and we're playing 2 Bulwark. That's probably fine. None of those cards are super high impact. We ended up getting up to max copies of Thane and Stairway. You think Junkyard goes? Just like cut an enchantment overall? I do definitely think the grinding aspect of Junkyard's probably not necessary. If I wanted to keep my enchantment count up, we could play Sea Haven. This is a pretty aggressive enchantment. I agree Junkyard was kind of unimpressive. I guess I'm not playing 3 sidecars, huh? Is that a mistake? That's probably a mistake too, right? That card is just like absurd most of the time. That's probably the last change. Yeah, it was almost always burnt. There's still 13 enchantments here. So like, that's a pretty healthy number of enchantments, I think. I don't hate going up a sidecar. Sidecar does really silly things, especially with reconstruct. Another thing that could possibly be considered here too. Nah, that's just, I was gonna say maybe don't play Rainbow's End, but with Singing Stone we want the enchantments anyways. So yeah. Alright. Yeah, I'm glad we played this one tonight. This one felt sweet. Mid-range kind of feels like it's in a weird spot in this game. Like, I feel like decks that go under or decks that go way over the top tend to be better on average than decks that kind of meet in the middle. And this one felt like a really good mix of like reasonable mid-range elements with cards like Thunderclap and Serpent's Den, but then the pump from the Ollama Ring and the Singing Stone and our speedways and stuff felt like they gave us this really aggressive closing power when we wanted to be aggressive and close. So at any rate, thanks everyone for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and get one quick ad roll here at the end so I can meet my quota for the stream. I am gonna be taking off the remainder of Christmas. I'll be back Thursday. I think we're going to do, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be live Saturday and Sunday this weekend because I believe my wife and kids are going out of town. So I think if that's the case, I'll probably do more Mythgard Saturday evening. At any rate, be sure to follow me on different platforms, notifications when I go live and with what. And I'll catch you all later. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your holidays.